conversation I've had in years. My reflection in the diner window looks like a stranger I hate. The town square is a circle that never lets anyone leave the middle. I'm tired of the dust and the talk about the weather and the crops. The heavy doors of the mill are closing on the man I used to be, working for a pittance and dying for a dream that wasn't mine. The needle is moving and the shadows are starting to stretch. I've got enough fire in my belly to light up the whole interstate. Everything I own is sitting in the seat right next to me. I'm breaking the silence with a roar that can be heard for miles. The mountains are calling me like a mother I never quite knew, leaving the echoes of the hammer behind for the song of the ties. I'm a comet in the darkness, burning up the road to the coast. I waited until the shift changed to make my move into the light. Parked the truck at the cliffside and watched the mill smoke rise. Then I turned the wheel toward the west and didn't look back once. The chains of the past are snapping with every gear I shift. I'm a shadow in the moonlight, vanishing into the great wide open. I'm a ghost in the rear view, vanishing into the purple haze. The highway is a ribbon that's tied my future to the stars. No more ceilings or walls, just the infinite stretch of the blue. I'm breathing in the wild and exhaling the smoke of the mill. I spent 40 years listening to the sound of other men's orders. Now the only voice I hear is the one inside my own chest. It's telling me to run until I find where the sun goes to sleep. Triumphant, reckless, I'm finally living for the moment. Unfettered and legendary, I'm making my own way through the dark. The road is a teacher and the engine is my only true friend. I'm finding my salvation in the blur of the passing scenery. Every mile is a blessing and every sunset is a new beginning. Into the golden skies where the struggle is a distant memory. The road goes on forever and the journey never has to end. Golden skies, I'm finally home. I'm finally home.
The neon sign outside is bleeding in red onto the jagged gravel. I watch the ceiling fan spin like a slow motion gallows. Every sip of this cheap bourbon tastes like a promise I broke. My hands are shaking under the weight of words I never spoke.
stopped ticking back in 79. I'm just a ghost sitting here waiting for the end of the line. The jukebox is humming a tune that sounds like a warning. The air gets heavy with the scent of a storm coming in. Oh, the shadows are growing long and they're calling out my name. A symphony of regret played on a rusted steel string. There ain't enough water in the well to wash these stains away. The moonlight is a witness to the debt I could never repay. You think I'm just a drifter running from a broken heart, but I was the one who set the match to the family farm. I watched the smoke climb high while I drove toward the state line, leaving my brother to answer for a crime that was purely mine. The gold in my pocket feels heavier than the lead in my chest. The darkness is a blanket that smothers the flickering light. I hear the echoes of sirens screaming through the hollow pine. Justice is a slow-moving train that finally caught the track. There's a hole in my spirit where the mercy used to stack. I'm tired of the running and the lying and the constant fear. I've lived 1,000 lives, but I've never truly been here. God, if you're listening, just turn your head for a second. I'm ready to face the hell that I've spent years beckoning. The bartender's wiping the counter with a cloth made of ghosts. I reach for my keys, but I know I've reached the end of the road. One more glass before the sun forgets to rise again. The door's creaking open now, and the wind begins to howl. Neon blood and gravel. The neon sign outside is bleeding red onto the jagged gravel. I watch the ceiling fan spin like a slow motion gallows. Every sip of this cheap bourbon tastes like a promise I broke. My hands are shaking under the weight of words I never spoke. The clock on the wall stopped ticking back in 79. I'm just a ghost sitting here waiting for the end of the line. The jukebox is humming a tune that sounds like a warning. The air gets heavy with the scent of a storm coming in. I can feel the floorboards groaning under my tired boots. Something is waiting for me just beyond the swinging doors. Oh, the shadows are growing long, and they're calling out my name. A symphony of regret played on a rusted steel string. There ain't enough water in the well to wash these stains away. The moonlight is a witness to the debt I can never repay. You think I'm just a drifter, running from a broken heart, but I was the one who set the match to the family farm. I watched the smoke climb high while I drove toward the state line, leaving my brother to answer for a crime that was purely mine. The gold in my pocket feels heavier than the lead in my chest. The darkness is a blanket that smothers a flickering light. I hear the echoes of sirens screaming through the hollow pipes. Justice is a slow-moving train that finally caught the track. There's a hole in my spirit where the mercy used to stay. I'm tired of the running and the lying and the constant fear. I've lived 1,000 lives, but I've never truly been here. God, if you're listening, just turn your head for a second. I'm ready to face the hell that I've spent years beckoning. The bartender's wiping the counter with a cloth made of gold. I reach for my keys, but I know I've reached the end of the road. One more glass before the sun forgets to rise again. The door is creaking open now and the wind begins to howl.
I was trying to write a goodbye that sounded like an invitation to stay, but the words wouldn't come cause the truth was too heavy for the paper. You were moving toward the city, and I was rooted in the red clay soil. We shared a life like a book that we both forgot to keep reading, until we realized the last chapter had already been written in the silence. The pressure of the onset is cracking the windows of this house, and the ticking of the grandfather clock sounds like a final warning. Love didn't break under the pressure, it just evaporated like morning mist, leaving us with a geography that no map could ever truly explain. I watched you pack your heart into a box and tape it shut for good, while I stood in the doorway with 1,000 weights stuck in my throat. Now the distance is a canyon where my voice just echoes back to me. I looked in the mirror, that smells like rain and empty promises. I found a single earring in the couch cushions like a silver tear. Every time the phone rings, I hope it's a wrong number or a ghost, because the truth of your absence is harder to swallow than cheap whiskey. We grew apart like two trees, searching for different patches of sun, until our roots were the only things keeping us from moving on. The air feels thick with the weight of the letters I never mailed, and the horizon is looking more like a wall than a doorway today. Heartbreak isn't always a storm, sometimes it is just a drought. Watching the person you love become a stranger in a different zip code. I gave you my hand, but I never gave you a reason to stay put. Now the highway is singing a song that I don't know the words to, and the distance is a thief that stole the warmth from my bed. I spent my words on the harvest while your heart was starving for a sign, thinking that providing meant more than just being there to listen. I let my ego drive the truck while you were walking in the ditch, blaming the miles when I should have been blaming my own stubborn feet. It wasn't your departure that broke us, it was my long-term stay in a version of myself that didn't have any room for your needs. I'm stripping back the layers of the man I thought I had to be, revealing a vulnerability that I've hidden for 20 long years. It's honest and it's ugly, but it's the only truth I have left. I am changing for the better, even if it's too late for you to see. The morning fog is lifting and the road ahead looks clear and cold. I'll keep walking forward even if I'm walking into the wind. There is a peace in knowing that you're finally chasing your light. I'll find my own way home through the quiet you left behind.
Headlights cutting through the fog like a knife through thick regrets on a Sunday night. I'm passing the old sawmill where the saws have been silent for a generation now. The air is heavy with the scent of damp sawdust and the ghost of working men. Every pothole in this road is a memory of a journey I wasn't ready to take. My hand is shaking on the gear shift as I approach the house with the blue shutters. The emotional weight of 10 years is pressing down on the roof of this cab. I can feel the gravity of the past pulling me toward the porch light in the distance. Fireflies are fence we built with our own hands. A tattered screen door is swinging in the breeze like a heartbeat in an empty house. The silver lining of the clouds is the only map I have left to find my way back. 1,000 unspoken words are hanging in the air like smoke from a dying fire. I found a letter in the glove box that I wrote to her from a motel in East Texas. It's stained with coffee and the truth that I was too scared to mail it back then. I realized I wasn't running to something, I was just terrified of being known. The stakes are higher now that I see the life she built without me in the picture. I'm tearing down the walls of my own stubborn heart right here on this gravel drive. I was the villain in the story, but I'm ready to be the man who learns to stay. I'm breathing out the poison of the road and breathing in the grace of the valley. A small smile catches me in the rearview mirror as the first bird starts to sing. I'm not looking back anymore because the view in front of me is finally enough. I'm stepping out of the truck and leaving the keys in the dirt for the wind to find.
Just a lie sold to the weary. 4 a.m. is a cold bucket of water to the face every single day. My boots are worn thin from walking the same 100 yards of tile. The grease on the grill is the only thing that shines in this zip code. Listening to the same gossip about people who never left the porch. Waiting for a miracle in a town where the rain never falls. The silver key is turning and the battery is holding its breath. One spark is all it takes to change the scenery for good. The horizon is calling my name in a voice I can't ignore. I'm taking the back roads where the ghosts can't find my tracks. The wind is a medicine for a soul that's been sick of the dark, leaving the echoes of the assembly line far across the ridge. I'm a wild horse finally finding the fence has been down all along. I watched the foreman's truck pull in as I pulled out for the last time. He didn't see the smile on my face or the middle finger in the air. I've got 300 premium unleaded, heading for the places where the air doesn't taste like old iron. The town square is shrinking until it's just a speck in the glass. There's a freedom in the rumble that a paycheck can never buy. I'm leaving the smoke for the clean air of the high desert plains. The yellow lines are the only guide I'll ever need to follow again, breaking the rhythm of the routine and finding my own beat. I spent a lifetime building things for people who didn't care. Now I'm building a memory out of every mile I put behind me. It's a long way to nowhere, and that's exactly where I wanna be. Reflection in the chrome shows a man who's finally found his peace. No more yes sir or no sir, just a rhythm of the rolling tires. I'm writing a new story on the blank pages of the western sky. The heavy heart I carried is getting lighter with every passing exit, finding my religion in the roar of the V8 under the hood. Drive until the map runs out of ink and the road meets the sea. The night is young and the engine is my only true companion. Just keep rolling, don't ever stop.
Rain streaks across the windshield like tears on a dusty face in the middle of July. I'm driving past the high school stadiums where the lights are out and the grass is brown. The smell of damp asphalt is mixing with the memory of a cold beer on a Friday night. I can hear the ghost of the crowd cheering for a boy I don't recognize anymore. Tension is pulling at my heartstrings like a fisherman with a heavy line in the dark. The steering wheel is vibrating with the pulse of a town that refused to change. I'm a stranger in a place where I used to know every dog's name on the street. Broken fences line the pasture where we used to run wild under the summer stars. The taste of iron is on my tongue from the well water we drank behind the barn. Old ghosts are hitching a ride in the bed of my truck as I cruise through the square. There's a flickering candle in the window of the church where I failed to pray. tried to buy it back. Left her waiting at the altar of a dream while I chased a nightmare across the plains. Now I'm looking at the empty lot where my grandfather's house used to stand proud. I traded a lifetime of belonging for a suitcase full of nothing but empty space. I'm confessing to the dashboard that I'm tired of being the man who always runs. I'm breaking the cycle of the road and the whiskey and the lies I told myself at night. This is the breakthrough I needed. Standing in the rain in the middle of my own wreckage, I'm putting the truck in park and letting the engine cool down for the very last time. Quiet acceptance is settling over me like the mist on the rolling morning hills. I'm home, even if home is just a memory. I finally learned how to carry right.
I was trying to write a goodbye that sounded like an invitation to stay, but the words wouldn't come cause the truth was too heavy for the paper. You were moving toward the city and I was rooted in the red clay soil. We shared a life like a book that we both forgot to keep reading, until we realized the last chapter had already been written in the silence. The pressure of the unsaid is cracking the windows of this house, and the ticking of the grandfather clock sounds like a final warning. Love didn't break under the pressure, it just evaporated like morning mist, leaving us with a geography that no map could ever truly explain. I watched you pack your heart into a box and tape it shut for good, while I stood in the doorway with 1,000 weights stuck in my throat. Now the distance is a canyon where my voice just echoes back to me. I looked in the mirror. Miles of silence, the porch swing is swaying in a wind that smells like rain and empty promises. I found a single earring in the couch cushions like a silver tear. Every time the phone rings, I hope it's the wrong number or a ghost, because the truth of your absence is harder to swallow than cheap whiskey. We grew apart like two trees searching for different patches of sun, until our roots were the only things keeping us from moving on. The air feels thick with the weight of the letters I never mailed, and the horizon is looking more like a wall than a doorway today. Heartbreak isn't always a storm, sometimes it is just a drought. Watching the person you love become a stranger in a different zip code. harvest while your heart was starving for a sign. Thinking that providing meant more than just being there to listen. I let my ego drive the truck while you were walking in the ditch, blaming the miles when I should have been blaming my own stubborn feet. It wasn't your departure that broke us, it was my long-term stay in a version of myself that didn't have any room for your needs. I'm stripping back the layers of the man I thought I had to be, revealing a vulnerability that I've hidden for 20 long years. It's honest and it's ugly, but it's the only truth I have left. I am changing for the better, even if it's too late for you to see. The morning fog is lifting and the road ahead looks clear and cold. I'll keep walking forward even if I'm walking into the wind. There is a peace in knowing that you're finally chasing your light. I'll find my own way home through the quiet you left behind.
Spits against the wheel wells like a hail of bullets in the midnight air. I can see the silhouette of the grain elevator looming like a giant over the valley. The scent of wild honeysuckle is thick enough to choke a man who forgot the smell. I'm idling at the four-way stop where the town ends and the regrets begin. Pressure is building in my chest like the steam in an old locomotive boiler. I can feel the ghost of my younger self hitchhiking on the shoulder of the road. The shadows of the past are reaching out to grab the chrome on my bumper. Stars are burning holes in the velvet sky above the place I used to call home. A tattered flag snaps in the wind outside the VFW where we dance our first slow song. Memories are heavy as the iron gates on a cemetery hill under the pale moon. There's a hollow echo in the valley that sounds just like the name I used to whisper. I promised her a ring and a white fence, but I gave her a cloud of dust and a tail light. Found out too late that the city lights are just a neon light. Told a lonely man I sold the family legacy for a paycheck that burned through my pockets in a week. Now I'm looking at the weeds growing through the cracks of the life I should have lived. I ain't the man who left, and I ain't the man who stayed, just a drifter in the middle. Forgive me for the silence, forgive me for the distance and the bridge I set on fire. I'm standing on the ashes now, finally breathing without the weight of the world.
cooling down as I turn the radio off and listen to the crickets sing. Tomorrow is a different state, but tonight I'm just a man who came back to say sorry. Let the dust settle on the tracks I left behind on this long, winding road.
I'll never visit sits on the table. It's the closest I can get to the life you're living 3 states away. I remember the way your eyes looked when you talked about the coast, and how I always changed the subject to the weather on the ranch. We were living in the same house, but different time zones for a decade, waiting for a train that we both knew was never gonna pull into the station. The pull of the highway is a frequency I'm finally starting to hear, and the silence in the kitchen is the loudest sound I've ever known. We grew apart like 2 trees, searching for different patches of sunlight, until the shade between us was too cold for anything to grow. It wasn't a lie that killed us, but 1,000 truths we never told. Now you're chasing the sunrise while I'm watching the stars go out. Distance is just the physical proof of the gap I let grow in my heart. I realized today that I was counting miles up. The porch swing is swaying in a wind that smells like rain and empty promises. I found a single earring in the couch, cushions like a silver tear. Every time the phone rings, I hope it's a wrong number or a ghost, because the truth of your absence is harder to swallow than cheap whiskey. We grew apart like 2 trees, searching for different patches of sun, until our roots were the only things keeping us from moving on. The air feels thick with the weight of the letters I never mailed, and the horizon is looking more like a wall than a doorway today. Heartbreak isn't always a storm, sometimes it is just a drought, watching the person you love become a stranger in a different zip code. I gave you my hand, but I never gave you a reason to stay put. Now the highway is singing a song that I don't know the words to, and the distance is a thief that stole the warmth from my bed. I spent my words on the harvest while your heart was starving for a sign, thinking that providing meant more than just being there to listen. I let my ego drive the truck while you were walking in the ditch, blaming the miles when I should have been blaming my own stubborn feet. It wasn't your departure that broke us, it was my long-term stay in a version of myself that didn't have any room for your needs. I'm stripping back the layers of the man I thought I had to be, revealing a vulnerability that I've hidden for 20 long years. It's honest and it's ugly, but it's the only truth I have left. I am changing for the better, even if it's too late for you to see. The morning fog is lifting and the road ahead looks clear and cold. I'll keep walking forward, even if I'm walking into the wind. There is a peace in knowing that you're finally chasing your life. I'll find my own way home through the quiet you left behind.
It's just a lie sold to the weary. 4 a.m. is a cold bucket of water to the face every single day. My boots are worn thin from walking the same 100 yards of tile. The grease on the grill is the only thing that shines in this zip code. Listening to the same gossip about people who never left the porch, waiting for a miracle in a town where the rain never falls. The silver key is turning and the battery is holding its breath. One spark is all it takes to change the scenery for good. The horizon is calling my name in a voice I can't ignore. I'm taking the back roads where the ghosts can't find my tracks. The wind is a medicine for a soul that's been sick of the dark, leaving the echoes of the assembly line far across the ridge. I'm a wild horse finally finding the fence has been down all along. I watched the foreman's truck pull in as I pulled out for the last time. He didn't see the smile on my face or the middle finger in the air. I got $300 and a tank of premium unleaded, heading for the places where the air doesn't taste like old iron. The town square is shrinking until it's just a speck in the glass. There's a freedom in the rumble that a paycheck could never buy. I'm leaving the smoke for the clean air of the high desert plains. The yellow lines are the only guide I'll ever need to follow again, breaking the rhythm of the routine and finding my own beat. I spent a lifetime building things for people who didn't care. Now I'm building a memory out of every mile I put behind me. It's a long way to nowhere, and that's exactly where I want to be. Reflection in the chrome shows a man who's finally found his peace. spitting watermelon seeds off the back of your porch. We were the kings of the county holding the torch, tracing maps in the dirt with a broken stick, thinking that the bond we had would always stick. Thick as the humidity in a Georgia July, two kids convinced that we'd never say goodbye. The distance isn't measured in the miles on the road. It's the silence that settles under the heavy load. We traded our dreams for the bills and the pride, with nowhere left for the young hearts to hide. A beautiful tragedy of becoming someone new. Now your house is filled with voices I've never met, and my life is a gamble with a mountain debt. You speak of the harvest and the price of the grain. I talk of the city and the weight of the rain. The laughter we shared is a muffled old sound, lost in the noise of the world spinning round. Time is a thief that doesn't leave a single trace, except for the lines etched across a weary face. We're just two ships that passed in the morning light, losing our bearings in the middle of the night. Wisdom comes at a cost I didn't want to pay. Bottle and a dusty old frame, searching for the boy who shared my last name. It's okay that we're different now, even if I don't remember how to bridge the gap between us. We carved our names in the paint of the water tower, spent every single minute of every single hour, and dreaming of the day we'd finally leave this place, searching for a life that had a little more space. You were the anchor and I was a sail, two sides of a coin on a dusty trail. The map that we drew has been folded and torn, leaving us weathered and a little bit worn. I miss a person you were before the world got its way, and I'm sorry for the man I've become today. Two souls drifting out on an endless gray sea. Your letter stopped coming about 3 years ago. I heard you moved north where the heavy winds blow. I saw a picture of you with a grin that looked forced, like a part of your spirit had been quietly divorced. I'm still in the valley, chasing shadows of ghosts, while you're making speeches and giving the toast. Old age is a mountain that we climb all alone, finding that the seeds we planted have finally grown into a forest that blocks out the path back home. Wherever we wander and wherever we roam, friendship is a fragile thing to hold in your hand. The sun's going down on the memory of us, covered in layers of silver and rust. I'll see you in the dreams of the past, where things were built to truly last. Goodbye to the way it was.